Hi, I'm J.R. Jackson with FD Thomas. Today we'll go over the items needed for your company work truck. Start off with registration and insurance. Make sure it's current and up to date. It's your responsibility. Then we'll have a camera in case there is an accident. You can take a picture of the scene, what happened. Picture tells a good story. A flashlight to have in case it's at night. Some spare fuses, an eye scraper. And then we have, for the winter time, the tire chains, and also remember to check to make sure you have a jack, a spare tire, and all the tools to change a tire. Then we'll go to the back. As a safety note, we have DOT numbers on all our trucks to show the highway department or police reports if there's an accident and you can't say what happened. They know what to look for. They know what kind of contracting company we are and what we might be carrying. Now we're going to go over the preferred way to tie down a load. A lot of the loads are different. You'll have to use some common sense on how things go. Now, as you can see on the power washer, we have two straps, one going over to hold it down, one going across to keep it up against the cab, and it also puts the weight of the power washer between the two wheels to keep an even load. Now, you'll see on the straps that we have them taped up. The reason we do that is in case your load becomes shifted and you need to tighten it up, you can still tighten it a little bit more without having to retape the loose straps. You don't want any loose straps blowing out of the truck. So every strap has to be tight. Then we'll go to some of the lighter loads. We have webbing put over them to keep it in case there's an accident or just driving down the road to keep it from blowing out. The webbing is strapped down with some pull straps also taped up, and you can still use it to tighten up and not have to untape everything. And then up front, we've put the paint and hazardous materials to keep against the cab, so if you have to slam on your brakes, everything won't shift. It'll stay where it's supposed to be. And then if you have a load that has paint or flammable materials, you always have to have the MSDS in the cab with you so that you know what kind of materials you're carrying in case you get in an accident and there's a spill and you have to clean up. You know what and how the proper ways to clean up, the proper protective gear to wear. It'll tell you in the MSDS. Now we're going to go over the safe operations on how to use a lift gate. The instructions are written on the back. First, you'll come over to the driver's side, take the latch, it lifts up and away, keeping your hand on the gate. Take the second latch, lift it off, and then pull the gate down with both hands. Checking to make sure the chains are attached and didn't come off. Then you turn the controls on. Now during the operations of the gate, you stand off to the side of the controls, watching the gate and watching yourself. Don't get caught in any of the moving parts. You safely stay and watch. Watch your load so don't shift. Once she's up and you're done using the gate, you'll first lift it with both hands, attach the closest latch, go to the driver's side, and attach that latch. Now we're going to go over the safe operations how to hook a pickup truck to a ball-style hitch. First, when you stand behind the truck, you don't stand behind the truck, you stay in the safe operating lane where you can see the driver, you can see the trailer, and you can see the ball. Your hand movements are to guide the ball to where you want it to go. Then when he stops the truck, he'll engage the parking brake and shut off the engine before you lower the trailer onto the ball. Next, you'll lower the trailer. Lower the trailer down until the ball completely seats into the hitch. Once the landing gear is off, pull the pin from the locking mechanism on the hitch, placing it down, place the pin, and secure it first. Next, you'll hook up your chains. And as you notice, these chains are a little long. And you simply just twist them until they're off the ground. And as you hook up the trailer chains, you'll do it in a crisscross pattern. So in the event that the trailer becomes detached from the truck, the tongue will catch in the cross and not drag on the ground. You notice we got slack in the chains, they're not hitting the ground. The next tile is a common 7-flat plug. We'll plug it in, ensuring that it's not dragging the ground and it has slack for when the trailer turns. The last item on this trailer is equipped with electronic brakes. This is a breakaway safety device. You'll hook the cable up separate from the chains so that if the chains break loose and the ball comes off, when this tab is pulled, it will lock the brakes onto the trailer electronically so it won't run down the road and injure someone. After you have everything properly hooked up, the last thing is to raise the landing gear all the way to its highest setting. Make sure you put in all the safety pins. Now we're going to hook up a pintle style hitch to a pickup truck. The first thing you'll notice is this hitch has a hole instead of the conventional style hitch, and we have a ball here. We need to change the ball to what they call a pintle sleeve. Now on a convertible hitch, simply pull the pin, pull the ball, and then put the pintle sleeve onto the truck. Now that we've changed into the pintle sleeve, the proper towing of this trailer, once again we'll stand where the driver can safely see you, guide him back. Wait till he shuts off the engine, engages the parking brake, and lower the trailer onto the hitch. Now that we've safely got the trailer onto the hitch, on these style hitches, you must remove the safety pin from the bottom, pull the retaining pin from the side, lift and lock in. Put this pin in, then put the safety pin back into the bottom, latching it, and you'll hook up your chains in a crisscross formation, ensuring that there's enough slack in them, there's not dragging the ground for your turning abilities. Remember, if they're a little too much slack, just touching the ground, just have to twist the chain up, plug in your lights, and hook the emergency brake cable to the separate splice on the truck. And after you've hooked everything up, raise up the landing gear, put it in its proper position for towing. Then you can check the lights. Now we're going to go over the safe operations of checking the lights before towing a trailer. We turn the lights on. With all the lights on, we got the tail lights, and we have the side markers are working, and we can also visually see the truck tail lights. Then we'll go for the turn signals. Left turn, we can see that the left turn's blinking on the trailer and the truck. Right turn, we can see that the blinkers are blinking on the right side and the truck. And then brakes, we can see that the brake lights come on. They're brighter than the normal marker color. Okay, that's good. And before he starts to tow, you must remove the chock blocks. And in this situation, we have dual tires. We've chock blocked them each way. If you have a single axle trailer, then you will block it the same way, one on each side. And put them in the back of the truck. We'd like to have the trailers chocked on two sides. If you're on flat level ground, one side's sufficient. If you're on any incline at all, you need to have two sets of chocks. Now we're ready to go down the road safely.